Hey guys, my name is Jason Rivera, and I'll be presenting at FDIC 2017. The title of my program is Overcoming Common Engine Company Mistakes and Fireground Problems. Now let me start by telling you a little bit about myself. I'm a 23-year veteran of the fire service, having served in both the volunteer and career capacities. Now let's talk about the program itself. The program was created after an incident that occurred in New Haven, Connecticut on March of 2015. I was riding as the nozzle person of Engine Company 6, and we responded shortly before midnight to a reported structure fire in a residential building. The truck company that normally runs with us was out on another run, so we had the next due truck was coming from all the way across town, which was one of the first problems we encountered. As we arrived on scene, we arrived on a narrow one-way street with high snowbanks on both sides, very difficult to maneuver. And as we arrived, we were reported by radio that there was a person trapped on the second floor. We also were told the same information by a large number of civilians standing in the street. Now, a lot of problems occurred during this fire and were overcome by a great amount of teamwork. Problems like frozen hydrants, high snowbanks making access to the building difficult, and hoarding conditions throughout the building making advancing the line difficult. Now, like I said, it was very difficult, but the team overcame all these problems, and a successful rescue of a civilian from the second floor was made. So let's talk about the program itself. It's going to start with an introduction, just generally going over engine company operations, what an engine company is, what we do, things of that nature. Then we're going to move into the meat and potatoes of the program. First part being common engine company mistakes. Now, mistakes are man-made errors, choices we make, things we do that are not the right move. Now, it's expected for us to make mistakes. Number one, we're human. We all make mistakes. Number two, when we arrive on scene, often we're given little information, no information, and some misinformation quite often. So trying to make life and death decisions with misinformation or little to no information is very, very difficult. And sometimes what we choose as our plan A doesn't end up being the best move, and we need to resort to a plan B. So we're going to talk about things like failure to properly size up a building, stretching the wrong size hose line, bringing the hose line to the wrong part of the building, where to charge a hose line, automatic nozzles versus smooth bores, things like that, when it's time to utilize certain pieces of equipment. We're going to be talking about this and many others during the mistakes section. Once we complete that, we'll be moving on to the Fireground problems. Now, problems differ from mistakes in that they're not human errors. They're just occurrences and problems that need to be overcome by the fire company when we arrive. Things such as frozen hydrants, burst hose lengths, clogged nozzles, dealing with vacant buildings, dealing with couplings that could get caught on various obstructions. How to overcome things like this need to be discussed, and we need to have a game plan so when things don't go as we hope, we can fall back on the plan B and almost seamlessly shift into another type of operation. Once that's complete, we're going to be discussing some of the common responses that engine companies do. An engine company is a jack of all trades. We pretty much go to everything. And how we deal with a lot of our routine emergencies indicates how we're going to handle an actual major emergency. It's very indicative of that. So we're going to handle everything with professionalism, serving the public to the best of our ability. Lastly, we're going to discuss some of the personal traits and characteristics that members should have. So that's the program. I hope to see you guys at FDIC 2017. Again, my name is Jason Rivera. The name of the program is Overcoming Common Engine Company Mistakes and Fireground Problems. Expect an interactive class, a lot of sharing of information, a lot of discussion, and I hope to see you guys there. Thank you.